What's up, everybody? Jonathan here on Bear Rock Logging again, and we're just kind of finishing up over here at this previous landing. I'm gonna get just a few of these stumps ground up real quick, and then we're gonna head over with the tractor to our new spot and get busy over there. So if you'll don't mind, I'm gonna grind up a few of these things real quick, and we'll head on our way. Well, I certainly appreciate the new subscribers. I tell you what, every time I log on here, it's like 5 or 10 more new subscribers. Well, not that many, but you know, per video is about what I'm averaging. And I was looking at the last 28 days on YouTube. I've gained like almost 100 subscribers, so that's crazy ridiculous. So I appreciate all the new subscribers, and glad you're tuning in and liking the videos. As you can see there, if you haven't heard this spiel already, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and get my videos monetized again. And once we do that, I'm going to start doing some random prize giveaways to give back to the viewers. And I'll probably use some of that money to upgrade equipment and things. I can't really think of anything right now, but in the past I have had to purchase a couple of things to keep the channel going. One of the worst things that happened was I had a hard drive crash on me. I had to run over to Best Buy, the next town over, real quick, and get one so I could get everything reinstalled. And it was a bad one too. It was my C drive that went out. I had to get Windows reinstalled. I mean, everything. It's crazy. That's been a while back, but I have purchased a new joystick and video card, things like that. And there's upgrades to keep the computer up to par or better than what it was. But every subscriber helps. I mean, that's for sure. I mean, the sooner we get to 1,000, I'm gonna, you know, see how the money comes rolling in, and hopefully it'll be pretty good now, better than what it was, because it took me, I finally did get paid on YouTube. Now some of that was from a couple of blogs that I had, one in particular that I had for a while, nothing Farming Simulator related, although I do have one for Farming Simulator, but I haven't even touched the thing in forever. Maybe we need to kind of get back on that, see if there's been any viewers on that, and if there has, maybe I can put some content up, but I haven't really touched that in a while. But yeah, so like I said, some of that was not just from YouTube, but most of it, I guess most of it was. But it took me, let's see, about 2 years, I guess, right around there, to finally get paid for all the blog and YouTube stuff. So if you're expecting to just jump right into YouTube and make a ton of money right off the bat, well, of course, now you have to get to 1,000 subscribers before you can even have your videos monetized. But now I didn't think that I was going to jump right in and start making thousands of dollars. I was hoping I'd get a few thousand subscribers pretty quick, but that didn't happen. So I got a little dose of reality pretty early on. But, you know, I figured that it's not really costing me all that much to make these videos and stuff, you know. I mean, obviously there's electricity and my time, but now that the channel is really starting to kind of take off a little bit, it's kind of got me excited, because my whole goal of this was not to, you know, make a ton of money for myself. I wanted to make some money, yeah, sure, but I'm gonna be giving most of it back in the form of random giveaways. Now if I'm making consistently such and such dollars a month or whatever, then I may at some point down the road do a monthly giveaway or something. But the reason I'm saying random at the moment is just because I don't know how long it's going to take me to actually get paid on YouTube, because they don't pay you until you get to $100. So I got to get to $100 first, then we can see what's going on. And so yeah, that when I said I finally got paid after 2 years, that was just $100. Actually, I think it was like $101 or something. Nothing crazy, but alright, we're just about done here. I was just wanting to clean up some of these stumps and things before moving on to the new site, so that way all this can be out of the way. And let's see, there may be a few more back up this direction. I got most of that back to my left, back behind me. And some of this is little pancakes whenever you cut the log down. Sometimes FDR's machines, they like to cut, so they'll give you some little pieces and stuff. I thought I'd gotten most of this, and some of these on the hills can be kind of hard with this contraption to actually cut them. Because even though this thing's like in the ground, when you're on a hill like that, it just doesn't want to cut right sometimes. Alright, we're just about full anyway, so that's all I'm going to do. And I've got my wood chip trailer is down there by the bridge, going over the little river. Yeah, I had received a YouTube comment on one of my videos from Serious Mods, and if you don't know Serious Mods, he makes probably some of the best truck mods out there, semi-truck mods. Although I'm a bit disappointed that he hasn't done anything yet for Farming Simulator 19. So Serious, if you're watching, come on, dude, we need some trucks. Let's go. Get some trucks out here. But anyway, over on Farming Simulator 17, I mean, I'm serious that a couple of those trucks, there was a Western Star and let's see, was it a Kenworth, I think? Kenworth or a Peterbilt? I think it was Kenworth. I mean, like, so much detail you couldn't even believe, and the dirt model that he put on there is just amazing. So, I mean, some of the best truck mods out there. I mean, there's some guys that make some good ones, but Serious Mods, in my opinion, is one of the best. But anyway, he was, I seen a YouTube comment from him on one of my videos saying that he had played the video, or played the game, the map, with one of his friends, and they really liked the roads, you know, on this map right here. In fact, it's not far from where we're headed. I saw a little video clip on Facebook and found his YouTube channel and left a comment there too. But so I was a little bit excited to see. I guess one of the, you know, he's pretty popular with. I think he made a map too. Let's see, was it the yeah, it was the interior. The interior over on 17 was by Serious Mods. That was a good map, but his trucks are just amazing. But he was coming down the mountain, which is, if we come around this curve, I think we might be able to see part of it. No, it's covered by trees. But it's up there by that Yarder site. He was coming down that hill there, showing off a quick little video clip of a loaded truck coming down the mountain. It's pretty neat. But I worked really hard on this map. You see all these rocks over here on the sides of these roads and down there? Well, any of these rocks, really. Those are all hand placed. And this terrain that I did right here, that's all by hand. I didn't auto-populate the terrain at all. All these roads are done by hand. I mean, I spent no telling how many hours, days, working on this map. So I'm excited to see somebody, you know, that's a fairly big, in the Farming Simulator world anyways, somebody fairly big that's playing the map and posting videos of it and stuff, so it's pretty cool. Alright, so we're almost there. Probably should have already had this over here so we can get busy doing something else, but Get that truck out of the way, because I was looking for a good spot to pull it over, and there's so many trees in this map, there's not a good spot to pull over. Now this map here, if you remember the Pacific Inlet series that I did, the high-speed logging series over there, we were trying to cut down the whole map, and I got, I don't know, I'll say maybe a third of it cut down. And it's tough by yourself doing all that, but this map I'm not even going to attempt, because there is, I think there's about 38,000 trees on this map, so there is no way. But now over on the plantation, I am going to try to do my high-speed series again. In fact, I've already got about 10 hours of gameplay recorded, so I just need about 5 more, and then I'm going to start working on a video. So it won't be long, you'll be seeing a plantation video series. If you're wondering why I made the map and released it and haven't even done a video of it yet other than the preview, that's why. So I'm trying to get the gameplay recorded so I then can do the high-speed logging series over there. And I'm also really kind of wondering what's going on with FDR. I mean, maybe they're working on machines or something, but I would have thought by now they would have had another map out. I've already got 2 out, and I'm not really sure what I'm doing half the time. Oops. I knew one of these days I was accidentally going to grab a tree, but... And I'm full, so okay, I just need to quit. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of right out here in the middle. I'm going to make that sort of my wood chip operation set up there. And there's my wood chip truck right there. So let's real quickly get this truck out there to the job site. I want to show you something too. Get up here in the sunlight. I just noticed this last time. I've got, let's see, how many hours? So over 3.5 hours on this truck now. Look at this. Look at this dirt model. Isn't that cool? That is really awesome. I mean, it's like, really looks like the truck is dirty. I mean, too many times I see folks that just, I mean, the top of the cab gets dirty, the top of the hood gets, I mean, it's consistently all over the place dirty, and I don't like that. I like whenever the modders take the time to actually paint the textures on like it looks like it's really supposed to be like that, and that's pretty cool. It would have been kind of neat if they'd have done the chrome parts, but that may not be possible. So I don't know. But anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. I noticed. I don't know if I pointed that out in any of my other videos, but that's really pretty awesome. And I haven't been driving this thing through the plowed areas. It's just been mostly on the road, because these trucks I've been using for either the wood chips or the logs. And there's been very little that's, you know, driving on the plowed areas. Now what I need to do is figure out how to go in and modify these vehicles so they use gas or diesel or whatever fuel more quickly, because I feel like it's with these trucks, I guess, you know, they probably got pretty big tanks on them, but with the FTR equipment and the skidders and all that, tractors and stuff, I don't know. It just seems like they're not using enough gas. I mean, let's see, I can't remember what day we're on here, but I've yet to gas up anything, or I guess I keep saying gas, but fuel up anything. Not even one machine, not even FTR's machines that use fuel, like those track machines. Golly, those things drink some fuel, but I guess the tanks on those are big enough to just haven't used that much fuel yet. But maybe on some of these mod vehicle stuff, I can go in there and figure out how they're, you know, calculating the fuel uses and just bump that up or down or something to make it use the fuel a bit faster. So that would be kind of neat. A bit more realistic to actually have to fuel up the machines at the end of the day than, because I mean, I imagine most cut machines and skidders and stuff, you got to fuel those things up probably about every day, because they're constantly running all day long. Nope. In fact, you may even have to gas them up twice a day. I don't know. I've watched a bunch of Cotton Top 3's videos, but usually his videos are only like, you know, 15-20 minutes long. You don't really get the whole picture, but I know I've seen at some points where he's shown, you know, fueling them up, but just not sure how often that is. Once a day, twice a day. Okay, so once we get over here where this wood chipper is, this thing is going to fill up. We're going to turn right back around and drive off with it again, but we're not going to. We're just going to fill it up, and we'll worry about getting it down to the mill later. Yep, see, just like that, we're full, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so when we left off last time, we were in our fellow buncher down at the bottom of this mountain somewhere. So let's find that. There we go. And I was coming north to where the skidder is, which is that yellow dot right up there. So let's continue working towards our skidder, and we'll see if we can't not roll this thing over. If we can even get up the mountain. Golly, look at that. Yeah, that could be a problem there. Okay, so that's, golly, that's nearly 45 degrees there. Yeah, it's not holding. It'll hold right there, but it won't hold up that. Okay, well, plan B then, we're just gonna have to use a chainsaw. So let's see. I guess we just have to use a chainsaw. And drop the tree right on our fellow buncher. Oh well. Let's see, we need to get more in line here. Come over this way. Well, this is not a problem. I knew we'd probably have to use a chainsaw in some areas because it's just so steep. In fact, I've got a yarder downloaded, but I don't have it. I haven't tested it yet or anything. So I've got to do that pretty soon, because on this map I did make a yarder landing. I'll show you where that's at in just a second. So it's okay, so you see up in the top left of the map, where the road does the little loop back a couple times, and you've got the little round on the left, a little round landing. Well, the other landing over there was kind of like a kidney bean or something. That's where the Yarder landing is, so, in case you're wondering. Alright, so there's the skidder. And there's also no way that we're going to be able to get the skidder to pull the logs or trees up this mountain. So I do have the Rebel Logging Tiger Cat 604E cable skidder, so we could try that. Just, winch them up the mountain. That's probably going to be the best shot. Those things take off and then just go down the mountain, don't they? Yeah, that's really steep. There's no way I was going to do that with a fellow buncher. Alright, trying to find the fellow buncher. Let's get this thing out of here. It's just not going to work in this area. Just too steep. Alright, so what we're going to have to do then is cut what we can in the more flatter areas, and then we'll just have to use the chainsaw to get the pretty steep spots. But really all I wanted to do was create a bit of a boundary. I used to do that first, and that's what we were trying to do there, was just to cut us out a spot that was, you know, due. I guess we went due east of the landing or thereabouts, and then come back north to meet up with where the skidder is to give us a little boundary zone there. But we're gonna have to get all this stuff out of here first. So I think what I'm gonna do is let's park this fellow buncher over in this spot over here, and let's get us that 604 cable skidder. I don't think I have one of those in the purchased already anyway. No, sure don't. Okay, so let's go back and let's get us one of those cable skidders. It shows a grapple, but it's really a cable. Boom! There it is. Oh, we don't have enough money. How much is this thing? 535,000. Good grief. Okay. Let's see. Can we sell anything? Probably not enough to get us enough for that. We can't sell the skidder because we got the blade on there, and I'm using it for building landings. We can sell one of these trucks because I'm not really a really big fan of these trucks. Let's sell that one. It's probably still not enough, but maybe there's something else back here we can sell. That's not enough money to really do anything with, and we got two of those. Yeah, okay, well, we're just gonna have to make do until we can buy the cable skidder. Okay, well, what we're gonna do then for the rest of the video is I'm going to cut down every tree that I can possibly get to that's on this flatter area. Then we'll just have to take the grapple skidder and come pick these up. Because this should be flat enough ground down here to be able to use the grapple skidder. Yeah, I really didn't plan this out too well because I should have had enough money to buy the cable skidder, because I knew that we're going to be moving to a more mountainous, more terrain area. So, oh well, we'll get it worked out. Because there's quite a few trees that I passed by just trying to get down to a good spot to then come back up the mountain. It's like all these trees right in here, we'll just cut these down. You see how this fellow buncher makes these little cookies whenever it cuts the trees? Got a bunch of those little things around everywhere. That's alright, we'll come back down here in the tractor and get them chipped up though. And yeah, there's no way that that wheeled fellow buncher would make it in this area. It's just way too steep. This, I'd say probably a stage 5 and up. Well, let's see, the spruces don't have any stage 6s, but the stage 5 spruces on this map would probably tip over the wheeled fellow buncher pretty quickly. Well, I guess most everybody that, well, I mean, I'm not going to say doesn't care, I mean, or cares, but I suppose most everybody that kind of pays attention to these sorts of things, I guess you saw that the Notre Dame Cathedral over there in Paris burned. I wasn't quite sure what happened. I was reading today about it, and it sounds like they were doing some renovations, and some of the, I don't know, chemicals or something happened with the renovation that caused the fire. So that's a shame, but it always it's kind of real disheartening whenever you've got a iconic landmark like that it's been around for so long that either burns or collapses or something. You know, it's like how do you replace that? In most cases you can't, because they use maybe not different materials, but you know, different styles, and just the age of everything is just hard to, you know, reproduce it, I guess. I don't know, maybe it's not, but hopefully they can recover and get everything rebuilt. Maybe maybe it's a sign maybe that they just needed to maybe there was something else going on there that it's just time for it to go. I don't know. I mean, maybe the roof was about to collapse or something. Who knows? Didn't like that. It's a bit too far away from it. Here we come back down the hill. Alright, well I guess I'm just going to have to continue following this little drain up the hill here. This is how we came down, so I guess that's how we're going to have to get back up. Just trying to take a little shortcut and go right up the side there, but it ain't going to work. Try to get rid of some of these stumps. There we go. Let's see, where'd that stump go? There it is. Lost it in the grass. Yeah, the grass and the bushes and stuff actually add a good bit of challenge to this map too. I mean, you can obviously on 17 there was, you know, grass, but these bushes are a different beast. Yeah, you had bushes in 17, but not a whole lot of use of them because you had to manually place each one. And with 19, now you can just paint them on. Makes it a whole lot easier. Alright, this doesn't look too steep, so maybe it'll let me come up now. Yeah, there's that tree I cut down to come in here, so we're right about where we need to be. Yeah, that's awfully steep. It's steeper than you think. So now let's grab our skidder. And since we cut down all these trees, I don't know if I should go down that way. So I think what I'm going to do is just come back over here. Actually, I probably should just grab a couple of these trees as I'm going. wasting a trip. So we're getting pretty close to nighttime too. And I don't think I want to mess with hauling the lights and stuff up here, all the way up here. So I think what I'm going to do is just speed up time through those spots, and or speed up time through the nighttime. And then we'll just work in the daylight. So when it gets too dark that we can't really see what we're doing, I'll go ahead and speed up time. But we won't have time for that today. Might need some lights, so we're headed down in this dark area. And we'll see how this skidder does up this fairly, I mean, it's not terribly steep, but it's a little steep. And that could be a problem right there, just getting the trees somewhat lined up and slide down the hill. As soon as we get enough money in the bank, I'd say probably a little over $600,000 will get us that cable skidder. Come on, turn. What are you doing? Man, I hate these trees. Why is that not turning? These trees, I tell you, well, this grapple too doesn't have much rotation on it, so it's tough to get the trees maneuvered around just like you need them to be. I mean, it's probably either you get good dangle and good rotation, or you get good trees to lock into the grapple, and I think I'd rather have the latter. So it's fine, but it drives me nuts sometimes. Alright, let's get one more bunch of trees skidded up, and let me about all the time I got for today. I want to see how this skidder handles going up the hill with these trees. Let's see, that's just a single. Now there's a small in there too. Let's get one that's got like maybe a bunch of 3 in it or something. Let's see, that's 2 and 2. There's another 2. Well, we'll just grab these down here. It should pull right on up this mountain. No problems. In fact, oh yeah, no problem. This thing's a beast. I tell you, FDR did a pretty good job on this skidder. This is probably my favorite grapple skidder of any, like Farming Simulator 15, 17, any of it. This is probably my favorite. The grapple works so good. You can grab more than 2 trees reliably. It's got plenty of power. It actually articulates in the middle. Oh, that drove me nuts. FDR did those skidders with the front wheels turned. Come on. Skidders don't do that. Alright, well I'm going to position this skidder over here where we can be ready to make a few more drags up from the bottom down there. And I'll tell you what, let's, as we're ending the video, I'm going to hop in the wood chip truck and get the wood chip sold so we can get a little bit more money in the bank. I'm trying to work up to 535,000, I believe, was the, was the cable skidder. So let's get these wood chips down and delivered and sold, and then we'll call it a video. This truck's still in the way. Yeah, so one other thing I gotta do is I still have not looked to see if there's an updated course play out yet. I'm not even sure if the one that's out or subsequent updates, if that's official from the guys that made it or if that's somebody that converted it. I'm not sure about that. But I will check on course play because that sure would come in handy. I wonder though how it would operate on this map. I don't know if I would trust it coming down the mountain over there, but these roads here aren't too bad. Just gotta make sure you you know, swing out good and make sure you miss everything and don't go too fast. That's the key to it. If you get going too fast, sometimes course play spazzes out and your truck will end up in a ditch somewhere. What's really bad is whenever you crash your semi-truck loaded with logs into a lake or a river or something, then you can't even get to the truck. And if you reset it, you've lost your logs, so just gotta be careful. Some of these little curves are pretty tight, so I wonder how it would work with those FDR trailers. Them things are long. You give it a go and test it. Because course play sure would make a lot of this easier. I mean, I could have already had this truck down here waiting on me to sell the wood chips. I could have been skidding logs while this truck was driving down here. So I'm going to definitely see if I can't get course play up and going. And this is quite a long drive too. I can only imagine, well, I can imagine because I did some testing and I took off from the sawmill, drove all the way to the farthest landing up there, and it was like, I don't know, 7 minutes or something round trip, or one way. Yeah, one way, 7 minutes one way. So that's a lot of drive time for a map like this. Of course, I was going up the mountain, so it's a little bit slower, but coming down, I could probably do it in 4 to 5 minutes, I would guess. I need to move this trailer too, it's in the way. I need to buy me a front wheel loader and get rid of that wood chips too. Alright, well, while this thing is unloading, I do want to say thanks for watching. I hope y'all have a good rest of the week, and if you have not already, hit that subscribe button. Like I was talking about earlier, I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers to get my videos monetized again, and once we do that, you know, some random prize giveaways every once in a while, some nice things. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. I'm going to park this truck, and I'm going to get this other trailer out of the way. We'll be ready to get busy again next time on Bear Rock. But until then, y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.